Good morning, Guardians. It is Ebontis here. It is the week of November 7th, and the weekly reset is upon us. Faction rallies are here, and the information about the Curse of Osiris does continue. I won't really cover the Curse of Osiris now, but honestly, we're less than a month away from that one coming out. I know some of you guys will say that it can't come soon enough, but got a little bit to do in between now and then, so let's jump into the weekly reset for you guys. First thing is first, you guys know, for our destinations, we've got the good old milestones. First thing is first, the Flashpoint is going to be Nessus. And over here on Nessus, we've got the Cade stash locations. Now, you guys know on Nessus, this is when you're going to have the public events being more frequent. You're going to have your powerful gear engram by doing public events. A good thing, you can knock out usually your Flashpoint, your Clan EXP, knock them both out together. If you do a lot of public events, say you're still grinding for some more gear or a level perhaps, then it's a good way to knock that stuff out. We're also going to have faction rallies. I will cover those here in a minute, but knocking out public events and things like that are going to be a good way to work on those as well. Also for the Flashpoint, in a separate video, I will cover these, your Nessus treasure maps from Cade. So all the Cade stash locations, I will cover those in a separate video. I will put that link up here in the top. The card will pop up, so you guys can click on that one and go straight to it. You'll have these 5 between the Hallows, the Well of Stars, up there towards Watcher's Grave, and these 2 down here between the Pools of Luminescence and the Glade of Echoes. So I'll get a video showing, from landing locations, the best way to get to those, and just kind of showing you guys where each one of them specifically are at, so there's no question how to find them, make them easy for you guys to get to. As for the rest of your locations and milestones, as I said, for the faction rally access, we are going to have to pledge one of those. I'll cover that once I get to the tower. The Nightfall this week is going to be starting back over to, I think, an early week rotation. So we've got the Inverted Spire, which is the strike from the beta. This is the one where you fight the large Vex Minotaur, who kind of goes through the 3 different levels. So hopefully you guys enjoy that one. It's a fun strike, actually, a really cool one. I enjoy it, honestly. Your modifiers this week are going to be Momentum and also TimeWarp rings. So no damage modifiers to make it any quicker. For Momentum, your health and shield regeneration is basically disabled if you're standing still. So you got to keep moving. But it says sprint to regenerate more quickly. I've been moving around before, and there's a debuff that you're going to have on you that doesn't seem to really go away until you actually sprint. So keep in mind, if you're like getting low on health, you got to run. So definitely click that sprint button, get moving, run to another piece of cover. That's how you're going to get your health back. As for the Time Warp rings, biggest piece when you guys do the rings, when you come up to a section where they are, and as long as they're in the same sections they were before, should be pretty straightforward. One of them is going to be pretty straightforward. It's going to be in the section where you've got basically the 2 kind of cabal, I don't know how you want to guard, little bunkers, and they're separated on either side. It should still be in the same area. If it is, when you come up to that area, you'll see one single ring in the middle. Basically what you want to do is clear out as many of the enemies as possible, then go back and knock out the rings, because you want a clear shot at those so you and your team can go through and get all of those basically uninterrupted. If you all die while you're trying to do that, or you take too long, you're going to miss them. There's usually enough rings to really boost your time up a lot, so you want to make sure and take full advantage of those sections. So on that one, what you would do is clear out the enemies in the left and right bunker, the guys in the middle, maybe 1 or 2 of the ones down below. You can save those towards the end because you really won't have too many rings down on those areas before you kind of use those little, pods that shoot you across. But clear out the enemies in the bunkers, then go back, 1 person jump through the ring, have 1 person on the left, have 1 person on the right. As you jump through the rings, they're all going to appear, and then just kind of spread out and try and get them all. Usually the best way to do it. So should be decent for time. You can usually get a fair amount of time bonuses from the rings. So just make sure you work together in case they're in some odd positions, or you got to do some weird jumping to get to them. These usually, I think, the 2 locations on the Inverted Spire. So work together, clear out the enemies, then go through that single ring when the rest of them appear, spread out, hit them all. Usually a pretty safe way to do that one. Inverted Spire is never too bad. Once we come back to, you guys know it is the Leviathan Raid. The challenge this week is probably going to be the Pleasure Gardens. That is going to be with the dogs. Now, the challenge last week was somewhat minimal. Basically, on the Royal Baths, the pool, the 1 person had to stand in the center pool the whole time. You couldn't jump, you couldn't leave, so you had to basically kind of go through and keep rotating, picking up the orbs so you could stay alive, kill the ads, and you had to stay in the middle. So when it comes to the dogs, don't know what the challenge is going to be. We're going to probably wait to figure that one out noontime. But as soon as I know, you guys will be able to check my Twitter account. You guys can see that one, just the link here in the description, but it's twitter.com/Ebontis. I'll try and post up what the actual challenge is going to be. So it's going to go Pleasure Gardens, the Gauntlet, Royal Baths, and then Calus, but the challenge will be the Pleasure Gardens with the dogs, so we'll figure out what the challenge is there. Then we've got Call to Arms. You guys know, get your Crucible matches taken care of. And of course your clan EXP as well. If you do need a clan, feel free to join. It's wide open still. Legendary emblems only. We've got 31 members. I joined on PC. If you guys are wondering what I've been doing, been playing on PC. I can't capture there right now. Working on doing something to change that, but been playing PC with my brother there since he's kind of fresh into it on PC. And last thing but not least, that pretty much covers everything we've got here. Again, the Flashpoint. So I'm on the Traveler, so let's go check a couple of our inventories and see what we've got, and then cover faction rallies. So first let's cover Eververse, so you guys can see that one.
Always good to see you, Guardian.
We've got the good idea emote. Whoa. Take a second, think it over. Then we've got flip out, exotic emotes. As you guys may have heard, the exotic emotes are going to be per season. So when they're gone, they're supposedly gone. Now maybe they'll have like a package you can buy later or a package you might get it. But for now, if you are looking for some of those exotic emotes, you might want to dump some of your dust on these because they're probably going to be worth holding on to. Then we've got the Soul Velocity. Pretty clean ship. Nice and shiny. Got the Helios Strain for a new ship. Also shiny. And then the Spectral Gain. Not bad. Kind of a cool look with that gold and red and white and black. For your ornaments, you've got the Prospector. I have the ornament. I do not have this weapon yet. Actually, it's one of the two I'm missing. This and the Tracker Cannon. Pretty cool. Nice ornate. You can see with the silver on there. Pretty cool look, actually. We got Beware the Red Legion. So you've got a Cabal weapon, and you've got the Red Legion version of it. Actually looks pretty cool. So then down below, we've got the Plate of Optimacy. So that's your chest piece for the week for all your characters. You've got your Blue Moon Shell. If you want that red and blue look. Kind of cool. And your Aggressive Shell. Ghosts who need help expressing themselves. Got those little black and gold, and you got the little pointers going off of it. Kind of cool look. You got your Noble Constant Red as your first shader. Pretty cool. Just clean white and red look. Not too shabby. Pretty simple, but I like it if you're going for a clean aesthetic. Especially if you're like New Monarchy, for example. It's kind of fitting. Then we've got Arctic Pearl. It's mostly just white and purple, honestly. But it's pretty nice. It has kind of an iridescent glow to it. If you look down at the leg armor especially, it's got that sheen. Kind of that multicolored look to it. But mostly white and purple with that just kind of reflective gloss to it. And then we've got the Cerulean Divide. The final one. A little carbon fiber. A little green. Kind of a cool look, honestly. This one's one of my enjoying ones. It says it's got blue in there. It's usually not too much, apparently, on my Titan, but there's usually a hint of the blue in there as well. But overall, pretty clean look. If you're going to go for more of that dark carbon fiber look, that's a good way to go. And you've got your Fire Team Medallion. So,
Thanks for shopping.
you're like, well, what else is left? Well, we've got faction rallies this week. As you guys can tell, the banners are up everywhere. All the different different types of flags. So what do? You're going to have to pick a faction again, and then you're going to do different things to try and have that faction be the one that wins next week. Now, what's the point? So I'm going to travel to the factions and show you guys. Closest to one is going to be over here in the what do you want to call it? I know it's the tower, but I'm trying to think. The hangar, yeah. So if you run over here, I will show you guys the first. Basically, whichever one you pick, you're going to be doing public events, crucible matches. All your different activities are going to get you tokens. The more tokens that are turned in for each faction, the better chance they have to win. Obviously, you guys can see even the faction rally banners up there. So for Future War Cult, what you're trying to do is you're going to pledge in, do all of your activities, and at the end of the week, whichever faction has the most, tokens turned in or reputation levels gained, they're going to be the winner. And the winner's offering is going to come for 1,000 glimmer instead of 50,000 glimmer. And if you have 3 characters, makes this pretty easy. Just pick 1 for each, and then you should be good to go. But if you just have the 1, then just keep that in mind. Just try and pick the one that you want the most. So, you've got Timeline's Vertex, kind of a cool fusion rifle. It's got a pretty high impact, decent range, charge time. You've got a Spark Sight with increased range. You've got a Torch Sight with even more range, but less handling speed. You've got enhanced battery, increased magazine size. Or you've got accelerated coils from Destiny 1, so it charges faster but a little smaller impact. Kind of a cool thing, usually if you put this on something that's got a high impact already, you lower the impact a little bit but have it faster. It's kind of a nice balance. And then you've got snapshot sights, faster time to aim down sights, which is always a good thing on those fusion rifles, trying to get that accurate shot. You can do it that much quicker. So, cool fusion rifle here from Future War Cult. So again, pick your faction if you choose them. Second one we've got is Dead Orbit over here. Going to jump down into the tower. Dead Orbit is over here. It's close by, so I'll run to this one. And again, you can see the faction rally flag is up there. This one's got Dead Orbit in the front. Alright, now Dead Orbit won last time. They had the scout rifle. This time, they're bringing a grenade launcher. Now, some people joked that the grenade launcher is a way for Bungie to be like, well, are you guys still going to stick with Dead Orbit, or are you going to pick something else? Because grenade launchers just are not that popular. You've got the Truth Teller. First down here, notice, you've got magazine of 1. It's 1 grenade launcher. Keep that in mind. I don't think any grenade launcher is probably going to be that strong. Secondly, got Confined Launch, Linear Compensator, or Hard Launch. Now, blast radius is probably going to be the most important. Velocity, I don't think you're usually trying to get them there quicker. You got to be able to control these things. So we've got concussion grenades. Grenades fired from this weapon emit a blast that staggers enemies. Now that's actually kind of cool. I don't know how many grenade launchers have that perk. Maybe others do. I just haven't been paying attention. But a staggering perk on a grenade launcher might be cool. But again, I still don't think grenade launcher is going to be too awesome. Black Powder's the other one, just a bigger blast radius, less stability, pretty straightforward. Finally, you've got Quick Draw. Weapon can be drawn unbelievably fast. So, that is your grenade launcher. Kind of looks cool, but again, you're going to have 1 magazine. The stun might be cool, but I just don't know if this one's going to be worth it. So if you want to go for one, maybe this time, don't go for Dead Orbit. Just a thought. You know, throwing it out there. Nothing against Dead Orbit. I just don't think their offering is going to be quite as good this time. Final one we've got is New Monarchy. Now I'll run over here, but I'll phase it over thanks to editing. I will see you guys right over there. Alright guys, we are over here by New Monarchy. It's quite a bit of a hike across, so that's always kind of annoying. But New Monarchy has the final option here with the Executor Hideo. You've got a sword, Honor's Edge. Of the 2, or the 3, kind of a cool looking sword. Honestly, it's the only faction sword we've had so far. I've got the Tempered Edge, increased sword damage and ammo, or Jagged Edge, increased damage at the cost of sword ammo. You've got Burst Guard. Sword Guard has low efficiency and high defense. So it's going to pull more ammo away, but be able to, you know, take more shots, be a better shield. Enduring Guard. Sword has high efficiency and low defense. So, efficiency much higher, but your defense is low. So, maybe you'll use, on your big swings, you'll use less, you know, ammo, but you'll be able to block less damage. Same principle. Finally, we've got On Guard. Quick attacks immediately after swapping to the sword do additional damage. It's actually kind of cool. So if you switch over, say you're working, somebody gets in close, you quick switch over, do a couple swipes, you might actually have some quick extra damage there. So of the 3, I mean, the grenade launcher, it may be okay, but remember, it's 1 shot, and while it's a stun, we don't know if that's going to be any good. 2, no offense, but I think the sword looks kind of awesome. Just a thought there, though. And then 3, kind of your choice, of course. Pick whatever faction you want. But, you know, I feel like I might be headed towards the sword, so if you want to support that one, you can. So, make your choice. Pick your faction. If you've got 3 characters, just pick one of each, and you'll probably be fine. If you have 2 characters, then pick your ones that I think are most likely to win. And then other than that, guys, that pretty much covers the weekly reset for you guys. I will get my other video up for the Cade Stash locations, another one up for the Nightfall in a separate time, probably later this evening on the Nightfall or tomorrow, just depends on how work and things go. But thank you guys for tuning in as always. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, And I will catch you guys on the flip side, or just on the other side of the morning. As always, enjoy your time in Destiny. Follow me on Twitter.com/Ebontis. I'll get the details up about the challenge mode once we know that one. On Twitch.tv/Ebontis, you can follow me there. Subscriptions are hugely appreciated, but trust me, never required. But thank you for all the views you do. And of course, right here on YouTube. Hit that subscribe button, drop that like, leave that comment. Any and all that support is appreciated, guys. Thank you very much for everything. Have a great morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you're at around the world. Thank you, guys. Have a good one.